Hello yogis, and welcome to your online Hatha class. We're going to start this practice on our backs. So come to a comfortable lying position, and you can have your feet on the floor, knees bent. That's your first option. Maybe taking the feet just hip distance apart. And then draw the hands out by the side and turn the palms to face up. Second option for your legs is to bring the soles of the feet together and the knees apart. We're going to be here for a while as we come into some pranayama practice. So you're welcome if you want to just support the outer thighs with blocks or pillows. That's really handy. So you don't want to lie here with deep, intense pain and stretching into the inner thighs. So see what is comfortable for you. Alright, so as we begin to settle in here, I want you to release your jaw. Maybe wiggle it a little left and right. Maybe stick the tongue out and stretch the whole face. Maybe tighten the face if you need to, and then relax. And as you relax, allow there to be a gentle smile on your face. Inhale deeply, and then just sigh it all out. Sometimes there's a restlessness, I feel it in my body today. Inhale again deeply. And exhale, let it go. Nice. One more deep inhale. And exhale. Gently bring your left hand onto your heart space and your right hand onto your lower belly. And see for a moment you can just connect to the points of the hands that are touching the body. And if you, like me this morning, and there's that little bit of restlessness in your body, use these few moments to bring some calm. And we'll bring the calm by just allowing the weight of the hands to press down and calm the body. And then the internal breath to slow down, aiding in this calming sensation. As you lie here on your back, just become aware of all the sounds happening around you. We always want to do this at the beginning of our practice so that we can get accustomed to the noise around us, so that nothing is going to grab our attention. We know where we're at, we know what's around us, and we can settle that. And then just draw your awareness deeper into the sound of your own breath. Begin to see if you can notice as the breath moves gently in and out through the body. Take one more inhale. complete exhale. Bring the hands to the blocks. If you're using them, just remove them to the side as you bring your knees in towards each other, placing the feet on the floor. Now when you're ready, place down the hands. Inhale, lift your hips up. Keep the knees and the big toes touching today. Exhale, bring them back down. Now you'll notice we're not going very high. Inhale, just a little lift. Exhale, come back down. Now we're going to do it 3 more times. And the intention is not to wobble from side to side, but to find the connection through the center to hold you still. Just moving up and down. Inhale and lift. Try to slow it down so you become really aware of the movement. A bit of shaking is good. Exhale, come back down. 2 more. Did you know you could move this slowly? Inhale and lift. Exhale, slowly, slowly come back down. 1 more time. Inhale and lift. And hold here. Now lift it like this. You're not lifting very high. Bring the soles of the feet back together. And allow the knees to fall out. And if you want, you can grab onto your mat. And just see if you can come to stillness. Notice where you're grasping, where you're holding on. And let it go. Begin to notice a little bit of movement, shaking from side to side. Maybe the feeling of a shudder or a shiver. Just feel it. Don't go so high that you are locking out the body. Try and just hang out in the shape. Notice that constant tug of war between holding on and letting go. See if you can allow your body to let go. Let go of the need to squeeze the buttocks muscles. And instead just be open to the movement created through the body as you release. Stay with me for the last few breaths. Hips come down. Place the feet back on the floor. Take your right ankle across your left knee and press your right knee towards the edge of your mat, the right bottom edge. Flex through your foot. Draw the navel in. Take a full inhale. And exhale. Now take your arms out into a T shape or a cactus shape. Flex through your right foot. And then gently roll onto the knife edge of your left foot. Keep your ankle and your thigh connected and just rock yourself over, your knees over, towards the left side. Now can you look to the right? Again, even in this shape, try and relax your whole body. Bring your head back up to center. Inhale, bring the legs back up to center. And now we're going to thread the needle. Pull the left leg into the chest. Interlace your fingers behind your thigh. Flex through both feet and draw the left knee in closer towards the body. Place your left foot all the way down. Slide the back of your right knee over the left. Hook your right toes behind the left ankle if it's available. And then inhale, pull the knees in towards the chest. Take your arms out wide. And then wrap your right arm in underneath the left. Option 1 is to grab a hold of your shoulders. Option 2 is to find your eagle bind. Now inhale and lift up. Bring your knee and your elbows towards touch. Exhale, release down. Maybe the toes and the fingers even touch the earth. 3 more. When you're ready, work mindfully. Use your core. Inhale and lift. Exhale, slowly, slowly, coming back down. Last one here. Inhale and lift. Hold. Come all the way back down. Keep the legs as they are. Reach the arms out into your T shape. Lift the knees back up into the chest and rock them over towards the left side and look to your right. Feel the wave of the breath in the right side of the body. Inhale, returning to center. Extend the legs all the way up and flex through the feet strongly, curling the toes in towards the face. Bring your hands down by the side body. Press into the mat or grab the edges of the mat. Stay here or pull the legs over towards the space behind you. As you feel ready, slowly begin to roll out one vertebra at a time. And when you're ready, extend the legs all the way down, reach the arms up and over. Neither arms nor legs are going to touch down. Just hover here. Maybe you inhale and lift your head in line with the arms. Take one more inhale and exhale. Release the head down, bend the knees and place the feet on the floor. Windshield wiper gently from side to side. Good. Come back to center. Inhale, extend your left leg up to the sky. Cross the ankle over the right knee, flex through the foot. And just breathe here. Give yourself permission to be still. When you feel ready, nothing else is moving except you bring your arms out into a T shape and you roll onto the knife edge of your right foot. And you drop over towards the right side, placing the sole of the left foot on the floor. And then lift the head up and turn to look in the opposite direction. Now see if you can feel the breath as it moves up through the left side of the body. When you feel ready, just gently inhale, bring the head and the legs back into center. Now cross the back of your left knee over the right really tightly. And then you can hug the feet towards each other, or if it's available, wrap the left ankle behind the right leg. You can stay here for a moment and then wrap your left arm in underneath the right. Option 1 is to just hug into the body. Option 2 is to find your eagle bind. And then inhale, pull up. Exhale and release. Let the fingertips and the toes touch the earth. Again, inhale from your core, lift up. Exhale and release. One last time, inhale. Use your core. Activate into your Uddiyana Bandha. And release. Take the arms out into a T shape. Lift the legs up one more time and now drop them over to your right. And look to your left. On the next inhale, you come all the way back through to center. Extend your legs up towards the sky and press through the heels. So stretch the back of the legs, and you can even do almost like a walking motion as you press the heels up to straighten the legs. Beautiful. When you're ready, take your hands down by the side, and maybe you want to grab on the mat. I like this because it gives me the option to really press into the head and the arms a little more, but if you don't want to, you can just press the hands down. And then draw your legs in as close as you can, lifting the hips up and over. Let's come to breath. When you're ready, slowly, 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 using your hands to create traction and bring yourself out of the shape. Use your core. Now as the tailbone goes down, extend the legs away, but take the arms back and up and over. Don't let either touch down. Find that sweet spot where you need to hold, where you feel the shaking in your core. In your Uddiyana Bandha, now inhale, lift the arms and the head and breathe here. Maybe you wish to challenge yourself and to come into the space where you really need to activate into the core. Breathe. Good. Release all the way down, really nice. Hug the knees into the body, squeeze it in. Take them out to the side and just swivel left to right. Now it's actually quite nice to not touch down and to use your center, your core, to hold you. You're going to find that knitting together of your front ribs. Find that sweet spot of energy just where your ribs meet. 3, 2, and 1. Onto your back. Cross your right leg over the left. Grab on the outer edges of the feet if it's available, or just behind the knees. And we're going to rock 3 or 4 times back and forward before coming up to seated. So get a lovely rolling on your spine. So roll all the way back and up. Now some of us don't like to roll onto our backs. It's not great for our backs or our necks. So you need to be mindful last time. And come to seat. And breathe. So now from a comfortable seat, I'd like you to maybe use a block to sit up to elevate your hips, or a rolled blanket, whatever you have handy at home. But if you're comfortable to just sit flat on the earth, please do. Now, drawing your left leg underneath so that your left knee is in the center line of the body. Take your right leg and hook it over. Now know that this is quite an internal rotation of the hips, so perhaps you need to keep that bottom leg straight. But if you have it straight, make sure that it's in the center of the body and not out to the side. So we want to work towards finding that center line. Now from here, I'd like you to lift up, hook onto your right knee and then twist, 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 twist. Come behind. Right hand goes behind and draw the navel up and in. Now just turning to look forward for a moment, let your left hand grab the outer edge of your right foot and extend that leg up. Now we don't want the leg to pull across the body. We want to keep it right in front of the crown of the head. And then inhale, lengthen up and take your right hand straight out behind you and look over the fingertips. The body often wants to draw that leg across the body. Don't. Keep it right in front of the face and the arm right behind you. You can even flex through the heel of your right hand as if you're pressing into a wall. Take one more inhale here and exhale. Coming back to center now, pull this leg across even a little more and then see if you can tuck the toes in underneath. If you want to remove the block or stay on the block or pat a block, just find what is comfortable. And again now, you want to have one knee on top of the other and have that in line with the third eye space. We're working towards that. You might not get there immediately. Inhale, press your thumbs into the inner arches of the feet and lengthen through the spine, draw the shoulder blades back down. You might want to stay here, and it's beautiful if this is where you're at. But if you want to come into the arms, take your right arm in underneath the left and bind. Lift the elbows up high and tuck the chin. Squeeze the inner thighs towards each other, and can you find the center where your ribs meet and draw into your Uddiyana Bandha. So even though it looks like this is a still practice, There's a lot of activation into your core, into the center of the body. Inhaling, releasing the arms out just in front of you. And then lean back. Lift the legs and come onto your toes. Draw the hands straight out in line with the shoulders. Lift the chest in towards the knees, and you're welcome to stay here. If you want to lift the legs up and we're flexing through the feet, hugging the knees in towards each other, you can. Good. When you're ready, cross your left ankle over the right, bring your feet right in underneath the body and come to sit upright. Again, you are most welcome if you want to sit up on a block. When you're ready now, we're going to take our right knee right underneath, the right foot underneath the body. The right knee comes right in line in the center of the body. And we place our left foot just on the outside of the knee. Immediately lift up, hook onto your left knee with your right arm and getting deep. And remember the center line. So we don't want to pull out of the center line. Stay in the center line. It requires a real mindfulness to become aware of that spatial awareness of where you are in your body. Take your left hand behind you and begin to twist. Again, notice if you are losing the center, stay plumbed in the center and turn to look over the back shoulder. Again, come into the center of your body and breathe from there. Hugging everything in towards the midline and always taking the option if you need a straight right leg. Now just for a moment, bring your head back to center. Bring your right hand to grab the outside of your left foot and extend the leg up. Now extend the leg that the big toe mound is right in front of your face and not over towards the side. So we don't want to overly pull into the side. We're finding midline alignment here. Press the heel away, and when you're ready, twist the upper body and maybe take your back hand out and see if you can constantly remind yourself not to over pull, but to find the middle, that strength and that ease. So we're not forcing into the body. Press the heel away, curl the toes back. Breathe. When you're ready, slowly coming back to center, we're going to now bend this knee and hug it right in. Now we want to go for one knee on top of the other. So see if you can place them there. There's always the option to elevate the hips, and if you're not right there, straighten your bottom leg, but try and have one knee on top of the other. But this is where we're working towards. There's that hugging in of the inner thighs. Bring your thumbs to press into the inner arches of your feet, and first start by lengthening up the spine. Nice. Now remember this center, this is where we're working. Come into the center and lift and draw up here. Now take your arms out wide. Hug your left arm in underneath the right. There is the option of grabbing onto elbows, working into the midline, back of the hands touching, or wrapping the hands around and keep your fingers right up like flames. Draw the elbows up and tuck the chin. Now even here, find that center of the body, hug into it and breathe. Everything is drawing and squeezing into the midline. Ujjayi breath is strong and steady through the body. Someone walking by might think that you're not doing too much, but you are drawing everything into midline. Good. When you're ready, coming out, reach the hands forward, no higher than the shoulders. Palms facing each other, lean back. Engage the core enough so that you can lift your feet and place them on the floor. Stay in the midline, hug inner thighs together. Maybe lift your feet and breathe. Maybe straighten up through the legs and breathe. Good, cross through the ankles, bring your hands onto the earth, curl the toes under and stretch into your downward facing. From your downward facing dog, just begin to walk your feet towards the center of the mat. And then soften your knees so that you can grab opposite elbows and hand forward. Allow there to be a little bit of weight through the arms, drawing you down, lengthening the spine. Let the hands go all the way down. Soften the knees and then begin to roll up to stand, one vertebra at a time. When you get to the top, roll the shoulder blades back. And take your hands onto your waist. Step your right foot forward and step the left leg back. I'd like you to come onto the toes of the back foot and bend deeply into the front knee and reach the arms up towards the ceiling. Now you're welcome to take the same shape with the back knee down. That's always an option. And if you feel discomfort in your lower back, soften your back knee, draw your tailbone in and reach the arms up. If you're straightening the back leg, don't let that be from your lower back, creating a deep arch. Let that be tailbone in and then straighten the back leg and reach the arms up. Take a full inhale here and exhale. Now I'd like you to take your left arm underneath the right and find your eagle arms. You are most welcome to place your hands on your shoulders. Inhale, lift up here through the elbows. Draw the navel in and sit a little lower. This is strong. Take a full inhale and exhale. 2 more breaths here and see if you can find the strength to be here from the center of the body, from your core. Take 1 more inhale and exhale. Good. Press your back heel down, straighten your front leg, and then parallel your feet to face forward. Lift the elbows up, pull them into the chest, and once you have them hugged in, a straight spine folds you forward. Keep the elbows in the midline of the body. Go just to a tabletop. Inhale here. Exhale, fold forward, hugging the elbows in. Allow your head to hang heavy. Be sure in your forward fold that your weight is evenly distributed between the soles of the feet and the heels of the feet. Make sure that your knees are lifting and your thigh muscles are engaged, your quads are engaged, and there's a tilting of the tailbone and a releasing forward of the spine. Take 1 more inhale and exhale. Good, releasing the arms out. Place your left hand underneath your face, right in the center of the mat. Straighten that arm and then stretch up, taking your right hand up to the sky. Again, sometimes we twist so deeply that we lose that midline. Please keep that midline in the body and balance out through your hips. Take 1 more inhale and exhale. Drop both hands down. And then take your hands onto your waist. Inhale and rise up to stand. Beautiful. So we're just going to face the opposite direction. So turn to face over your left front leg. Bend into that front knee and come onto the toes of the right foot. Again, notice if you need to drop the back knee down or soften the back knee to allow for the lower belly to draw up, and we're coming into the strength in the center of the body. You can stay right here Or you can begin to straighten that leg. But if straightening that leg means that you tilt and the belly drops, you need to keep a softness in the back knee. Quite simple. Inhale, reach the arms up. Find your variation of your lunge. And remember the knitting together of the ribs. So you're in your fire center. Now take your right arm in and bring it in underneath the leg. Find the bind. And breathe here. On every exhale, there's a drawing into the center of the body. I know this is strong. See if you can really refine your alignment and come into your strength. Press the back heel down, straighten the front leg, and pivot again to face forward. Inhale, lift up. Now begin by hugging the elbows down and in. Now maintain that and fold just to a tabletop. Keep your fingers right in the midline of the body. Once you're in the tabletop, energize the legs and lift up. Now you can fold forward. And as you fold forward, notice the weight distribution in your feet. If everything is coming forward, it's not equally distributed and everything's dropping into the heels, you're just pulling into your hamstrings. So lift all 10 toes, find the balance, and then drop down. Make sure your legs are strong, muscles hugging to the bone. Now good. Releasing down, placing your right hand right directly underneath your face. Straighten the arm up. You want to be balanced in the hips so they're not going to turn. And then from here, inhale and take your left arm up. Notice if you are overextending, stay in your midline. Stack one shoulder on top of the other and look toward the top hand. Breathe here. Balance out the hips. So you might find that your right hip wants to drop down and the left hip wants to lift. Keep pressing the right hip up and the left hip into balance. When you're ready, slowly come all the way down to center. Walk back over towards the right side of the mat. And step back into your downward facing dog. We're going to move through chaturanga now, so roll forward into your plank and it's mindful. You're pressing through the back body, you're lifting everything facing the earth up in towards you. Take an inhale. This is your yogi's choice. Maybe you drop the knees down, maybe not. Bend the elbows and come all the way down. Perhaps you're inhaling and taking an upward facing dog. Or maybe you're coming into your cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. And let's stay here for 3 breaths. Slowly walk your hands and your feet in towards each other. And then once you're here, can you please peace grip the big toes? So wrap the first and second finger around the big toes. Press your thumbs in towards the tops of the toenails. Notice if you're dropping back through the hips. So lift your hips right on top of the heels and spread the way through the toes. Now pull up and lengthen up. Again, find your center. So you're working from here. This is not a soft practice. Get into your core, take an inhale. As you exhale, fold forward, pulling the elbows out to the side. Tuck the chin and let your head hang heavy. Keep the knees lifted. Keep the muscles hugging to the bone. And stretch it out. You've got this. Soften the knees. Toe heel the feet in towards each other. Now, bend your knees deeply. And then inhale and find Utkatasana. Reach the arms up. Now again, we want that midline in the body. So often we're more dominant, we pull the hips up. find your midline so that your big toes line up with the inner knees, line up with the navel, with the heart, with the crown of the head. Reach the fingers up and be strong here. Take an inhale. And exhale. Now inhale, come up onto your tippy toes, squeeze everything in. Bring your hands directly into press so you can open the heart a little more. And then slowly take your hands forward if you wish and begin to come down. Keep squeezing into the midline. Keep finding your center. Don't go all the way down, just sit here. And then press the heels, rise all the way up. Find a little back bend. Bring the hands together before the heart. Release the hands by the side body. Samastiti equal standing. And see if you can find that center line from the big toes, through the ankles, through the knees, through the pubic bone, the navel, the center of the ribs, the throat, the chin, nose, third eye space, crown of the head. Line up. Run that same line back through the back body, meeting down at the heels. Take an inhale and exhale. Good. From here, open the eyes. Our peak pose, our eagle pose. I'm going to offer you the use of your block or your prop, whatever that might be. You might need it for balance, you might not. See what works for you. Hands on the hips. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, bend the knees like you're coming into Utkatasana. Take your left leg up and place it over the right. Now we can be quite high up here, but we want to bend. And when we bend, we want to bring our knees into the center line. Yeah? So that's okay when you have your foot on the block, but often when we take the foot off the block, it becomes a little bit more tricky to stick to that midline. Take the arms out to the side, swing the left arm in underneath the right, lift the elbows up high, find that midline. Now if you want, hook your ankle, all the way around and sit down. See if you can find your midline. Good, and then inhale, reach up, take that leg up with you, place it on the earth, bring the hands down by the side. Roll the shoulder blades back, and then lengthen the fingers down, and connect here. Beautiful. Let's do the other side. When you're ready, inhale, reach the arms up. Sit into your Utkatasana. Whoops, take your block if you need to bring it to the other side. Good to have the block to set up first. Take your right leg up and over. Find the block. So come up high, and what you want to do is when you're high up is you want to cross really high. So the higher up the crossing, the more alignment you're going to find. Then bend your left knee so that you're sitting onto that leg and everything's hugging into the midline. Now take your arms out wide so the heart is open, and from that open heart you draw your left arm in underneath the right. Your right arm in underneath the left. Lift the elbows up high. Now notice if your knees, and I'm exaggerating, but if they're over to the side, bring them into the midline, sit a little lower. Now maintain this midline as you lift your right foot up and cross it over the left. So it wants to pull the knee out to the side, but keep pulling it back to the center. So constant push and pull, finding your center. Releasing, inhale, take that knee up to the chest, drop it down, bring the hands down, and release the shoulders. So maybe you're a little bit wobbly like me today. Maybe you're more balanced on your mat, whatever it is. Take the feet just hip distance apart, release the hands, and breathe here. Beautiful. Opening the eyes, and when you're ready, just come to lie on your back. So lying on your back, I'd like you to come into your half moon shape. So take your right leg off to the side and bring your left leg up and over the right. Try not roll off the back body. And then curve your upper spine over towards, or your spine over towards the right. And maybe grab opposite elbows. And now we are completely off the midline of the body. But we're still lying on our back. Shortening through the right side and lengthening through the left. And when you're ready, release your feet out wide, release the arms out wide. And breathe here. And now see if you can notice the midline of the body, that center line. And feel everything lying equally balanced to the left and the right. Now when you're ready, let's take the right leg up and over, cross it over the left. The tendency is to roll off, but stay on your back body. And then scooch your torso over towards the left side and get strong and open into the right side of the body. Do what you need to do to hold on to the elbows or the hands. You want to breathe length into the right side of your body now. Let everything go here. Good, and then when you're ready, just come back to center. Lie on your back, take the hands away to the sides and just relax here. Crossing over, bringing the left on top of the right, grab to the outer edges of the feet. Again, those 3 rolls, but if it's better for you to just roll once or roll over to the side. And there's also the option to have your hands behind your knees, but we don't want to use the legs too much. We want to keep them in close to the body. So when you're ready, 1, 2, roll out the spine, and 3. When you come up, allow yourself to sit comfortably. So staying with this idea of the midline of the body and balancing the left and the right, we're going to come into our alternate nostril breath. So we've been doing this breath quite a lot in the online classes, and I hope and would encourage you to take it off the mat with you and use it all through the day. This is such a balancing breath, and at times like this where we perhaps really need to bring more balance into our lives, it's a valuable tool to have. Bringing the hands onto the knees, lengthening the spine. Feel your midline in the body, and then taking the right hand, index and middle finger into the third eye space. Please let the thumb touch your right nostril. Your ring finger touches the left. Please don't press into them. You're welcome to bring your opposite hand in your lap and maybe even find a mudra. Inhale through both nostrils. Exhale through both. Close your right nostril. Inhale through the left. Close the left. Open the right and exhale. Inhale right. Close the right. Open the left and exhale. Inhale left. Exhale right. Inhale right. Exhale left. Continue with this practice. Allowing your last exhale through the left nostril, and then just place one hand on top of the other. Come into your meditation seat. Please stay in this meditation seat as long as you have the time. To settle into that feeling of balance through the left and the right side of the body, supported from that strong center. Please stay as long as you like. But if and when you feel ready to take Savasana, keep the eyes closed. Try not to disturb too much. Just come to lie on your back in your Savasana. that, bringing yourself over to your preferred side. And when you come up to seated, perhaps you can come to sit in your hero's pose, your Halasana, placing one hand on top of the other. Taking your hands into Anjali Mudra and just bowing your head. The light that is within me sees and acknowledges the light that is within you. Namaste. Thank you so much for sharing this Hatha practice with me. Feel strong, feel stable, feel centered, and I'll see you next time. Bye.